Would you buy a new car, or would you just stay with your old car and not have any car payments? Well, in this video we'll determine 4 factors that will either determine if I buy a new car. If you haven't seen my videos yet, I do a lot of maintenance and fixing my car on my own. It does take a lot of time, it does take a lot of energy and money. So in this video we'll explore the 4 factors that will determine to get a new car or keep the old one. Watch this video to the end to see if any of these 4 factors affects you. It may help you decide if you want to buy a new car or just hold off until as long as you can. I must state the obvious, the elephant in the room is interest rate. Interest rate is still at all-time high of 6%, 7% for buying a new car. So is it feasible to finance a car through longer terms, like depending on the terms? So finance terms can be 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years. So usually between 60 months, 72 months, or 84 months. And then the longer the term, the higher the interest rate. Usually with the shorter term, most car finance companies will offer you a lower rate, not that much lower. I've been looking at. There's plenty out there that will offer you financing either through their dealership. The ones I have gone through was TD Bank, not sponsored by any way. Your local credit union, AAA, and any other employer-sponsored banking systems and other military affiliated banks. Number 2, is it going to be dependable? Is the vehicle you're purchasing in lieu of your old one, is it going to be dependable as it is now? Is it something you can fix on your own? You're going to have to take it to the dealership every time a light or engine light comes on, a check engine light comes on. Because Lord knows these cars nowadays got so much technology, I can't even figure it out myself. Even some of them so brand new that there's none on the internet that can be found about those kind of error problems. You want to do is you want to Google anything that has to do with that car you're looking at, like common problems with the car. Like for example, my truck, the common problem my truck is the emergency brake or parking brakes never really work. So that's one issue with our first generation Tundra. Number 3 is cost of ownership. So what I mean by it is maintenance. Any kind of tax credits you can get for your car. If it's an electric car, I don't believe they're offering tax credits. I think it's $7,300 for federal tax credit to electric vehicles. If it's new, if it's used, I believe it's 30% of that. And you can't be the third owner of the electric vehicle. And they're not offering hybrid federal tax incentives. So insurance is another thing. You got to think about cost of ownership. To insure a BMW, to insure a Toyota Tundra is totally different, as we know. But check out that video, what I did on to discover the secrets that insurance companies use to figure out mathematically you at risk of injuring somebody or even damaging the car. So you check out that video there. And if something was to go wrong with the car, how much would it cost to repair these type of cars or the specific car you're looking at? So look at that. And the distance, are you traveling out with this car? Is it worth it to put that kind of mileage on this car? Or do you want a car that's brand new, that's more reliable, dependable if you need to travel somewhere for your job? And the last is a return on investment. Is this car going to keep its value? Or is it going to go down by $2,000 to $3,000 as soon as you drive the lot? I know Nate O'Brien as well talks about having a decent car that depreciates the first few years to whoever owned it before. So you want to buy like a second or third year car. Let's say it's a 2023, you want to buy later down the road 2025. That way the person that's already owned the car has depreciated the value of the car. When you buy it at your cost, it'll be a little bit cheaper. And by that time, they pretty much figure out all the bugs in the system for that type of car, and usually it's fixed by the manufacturer if it's guaranteed or insured by the manufacturer. And would you be able to trade it in or sell it or to get a new car? Return on investment for this type of vehicle, or even like investment as far as dependability. We talked about being cost of ownership. Is it reliable? Is it going to last 15, 20 years? My truck's about 17 years, so I want to say it's efficient, dependable, but it has its problems. And it does cost cheaper to pay for one-time fee of $300 to $1,000 versus $1,000 every single month for 12 months. So you got to do the math on that. I'll try to find a calculator on Google, see if there's a calculator that'll work for you. If you're paying $1,000 a month compared to paying $1,000 a year to repair a car. So I got this from State Farm. I'll leave the link in the description below. So it talks about new versus used cars, the calculated cost of ownership, and purchase price is just one consideration of it. So you gotta look at the other factors, and for our video we looked at 4, but this is kind of similar. So we looked at purchase price. For our video we looked at interest rate, so the cost of the car, new car versus a used car. So the new model will drop value once it's off the lot. We talked about depreciation in the last clip there. You can also use their, I'll leave the link in the description below again. You use their calculator, see if that matches what Allstate has. And then depreciation, and it kind of goes along hand in hand with price and interest rate. So if the car depreciates within the first 2-3 years, you don't want to buy it. You want to buy it maybe a second-hand car that has 3 years already. That way the person that purchased it in the beginning has already depreciated the value of the car, and now the value kind of stays stagnant or about the same for the next few years on. And cost of operation, like I said, cost of ownership is one of the costs. So maintaining the car, the fuel consumption, either naturally aspirated engine versus a electric versus a hybrid model. Which one you can consider as far as which vehicle you want to purchase. And years of ownership, how long would it last? Some cars that will last longer than most, and then some will need an overhaul. So you got to consider those. So years of ownership. I know for my truck, 2007 Toyota Tundra, it's up to 17 years, but it does have its problems. But thankfully, it's fixable, and we can deal with that. And they kind of look at the financing costs, interest rate here, a new car versus used. So kind of the same. And then you can put your information in here and use that calculator, see if that worked for you. All right, I hope you like this video. Today's video is about personal finance and cost savings. So the cost saver is it better to buy a used car, or if you like these type of videos, we'll talk about personal finance and cost saving. Today we talked about both finance and cost savings. So we looked at either buying a new car versus keeping your old car. So that's the different 4 type of ways we can figure out if this is the right choice for you. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I know you're watching these videos because you believe personal finance is achievable. And you appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and hit comment below and give me a thumbs up. You have ready, check out my links below. Use those links below to support the channel, makes the channel grow. It has no different cost to you. It's just so it helps me grow as a business, as a channel, and makes this channel get bigger and bigger. All right, I thank you, and I'll see you next one.